everybody? It's your host, Jay Luberis. You already know we on Straight Off the Dome podcast, where everything is straight off the dome, kind of. Your co-host tonight, our special co-host star, is Anya Phoenix. If y'all remember, she started off this podcast with me. Remember, I disappeared on y'all for 9 months, and I'm sorry about that. But it is nice to have you here.
FY, he disappeared on me too.
Nah, I didn't disappear.
Pack the bags and no call, no show.
Nah, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
Had to get you back sometime. So.
What's up, girl?
Not much.
You disappeared on me. You started a whole nother podcast. What was it called?
That was it.
Baller Talk.
That was going side to side with you.
I
was doing both of them. And
you
then
were.
they stopped. And then we stopped. And then
no, I didn't stop. I kept going for a minute. Remember, we had stopped filming. And I had got all the equipment and everything. And then you guys were busy and time. We couldn't get together anymore. But we didn't stop the podcast. The podcast just went a whole different direction.
Yeah, went left field.
I don't know why.
Oh, I heard why. That's a different.
But anyway, we're not talking about that tonight. So how you been?
I've been good.
And my bad, I'm eating on the show, but I didn't eat nothing. I don't feel that well. And so...
Hold up. So you brought me on here and you don't feel good. So if I get sick and have to use PTO...
You gonna give me some of your PTO?
What the fuck?
So why we even bringing that up? If you get sick, you get sick. You get a free day off on me.
Sick.
No, you're gonna use PTO. You good.
Yeah, you get paid.
Okay.
It's a win-win.
It's not because
you can use PTO for
that's
a whole Friday.
PTO that I could be using to go out of state.
You can use it no matter what.
PTO is paid time off. Okay, you're not supposed to use it to go off state.
Exactly.
I work for
trying
Lee
to use it
Health.
on vacation.
I work for Lee Health. We have to use PTO for every motherfucking thing.
So do what the doctors do.
If the office closed because the water breaks, we got to use PTO.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
All right, look, Lee Health, y'all gotta do better. You telling me
if
your toilets blow up,
PTO.
if your toilets blow up and they can't come to work, you take PTO? Y'all crazy. Y'all tripping. They better get free PTO day.
No.
What? That's a lie.
Holidays, we got to use our PTO.
Look at the doctors.
There's no way they're closing because of plumbing situations. Yo, we went to, you remember Rose? Did you ever meet Rose?
No. I haven't met none of your co-hosts.
No, she's not a co-host. She was she's an agent for Hashtag.
Oh yeah, she was on when I was on.
Okay, on one of the episodes, right? Well, she's like, yo, let's take the kids to Dave & Buster's. We go into Dave & Buster's. We see wet signs everywhere. The doors is open. Stanley Steamers. It's 8 o'clock at night. Stanley Steamers, y'all doing your thing out there. If y'all need after-hour care for any water restoration or leaks, call Stanley Steamers. They got you. Yo, they probably charged them an arm and a leg, but they were there. We walk in there, and I'm like, y'all still serving food with caca water all over the place? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, we get a discount? They're like, nah. And then half the arcade was closed down because they couldn't leave them on in case they got wet.
Oh, shit.
So I'm like, half the arcade is closed. They're like, well, you cannot come in here if you don't want to. I'm like, nah, give me some tickets, and let's sit at the bar. And we ate that. We ate the food while there was caca water on the floor.
Oh, hell no. I would have called the manager.
If they can't help it.
What?
They can't help it.
What?
What you mean? I would have called the manager.
They
I would have been
should've
like,
shut the
yo,
place down.
Free food. Nah, I'm going to go and post that on Facebook.
No, but they gave us the
money.
option though, but we could have walked away. I was hungry.
That's your
I did have flatbread.
prerogative to sit there and stay.
I did have flatbread, barbecue chicken pizza.
Yeah, but how you going to stay over there with that stink?
It didn't stink.
It didn't stink.
It didn't stink.
It was
just caca water. You just knew it was sewer water.
It ain't stink?
Nah, they said that the water came up in the sinks and everything. They were probably washing dishes with caca water.
Oh.
And you ate on
My
the
plate was shiny. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It was shiny. It just smelled a little weird. Maybe.
And someone spit on it and wiped it.
Yo, wipe the plates with your shirts.
Someone came in and wanted to sit, and even though we got
Somebody
water,
got sick that day. I bet you that somebody got sick that day and they're going to sue the shit out of Dave and Buster.
Pink eye.
Pink eye? I left there. I was feeling pretty nice. I 2 Long Island top shelves. They were good.
They make it hard over there.
Yeah, she was like,
They do make it hard over there.
I was like, yo, that's what's up. So, nothing new in your life? Nothing new changed? Like,
yeah, I mean, a whole lot's changed. I kind of dipped out of the podcast scene.
completely? So, no more Parlor Talk?
No more Parlor Talk.
Is there Parlor Talk going on now, like, without you? No, not. They're just gone? I see Nakisha now. She got Shmoney Talks. Yo, shout out to Shmoney Talks. You already know. I've been watching your reels and everything. I think you dropped she dropped the pilot. I don't know.
She dropped it, I think, I want to say the 21st, I believe.
Yo, so y'all go check that out. Yo, we're gonna collab down the line, and we're gonna meet somewhere and probably do it straight off the dome / Money Talks little collab. Now
She did her own thing. I just kind of life hit.
Life hit. I feel that.
So
This whole thing started. You remember this whole thing started because life hit for me.
So life hit, and I just dipped out. And it's just like, and then now I'm jumping into a new adventure.
A new adventure? What does that mean?
Buying and flipping cars.
Buying and flipping cars? That's dangerous.
I know.
That's dangerous. But hey, if you can buy them cheap enough, if they don't need any major repairs, you can make money. There's money in cars.
I'm partnering with a local mechanic.
Yeah, that sounds dangerous.
Man, but he's good. Check out Deontay's mobile services. He's the one who's pretty much set this in motion.
Okay. Yo, I don't know who this guy is or who Deontay is, so I'm not co-signing anything, but we will buy a car soon.
Yeah.
We will buy a car soon. We gotta see these reviews. You got 2?
I got 2.
Right now? Are they for sale?
They will be.
Okay, what you got? Let the people know what we're gonna.
05 Ford Mustang.
Okay. Yo, what are the odds? What color is it?
Black.
Oh my gosh! I might have a customer for you.
And then
That's dope.
06 Saturn View.
A Saturn View?
Mm-hmm. So he does all the medical, or not medical, but maintenance part of it.
Yeah.
And then I do the whole inside.
So you do like a
in
detailer?
a junkyard now, getting dirty and greasy.
Okay, so that's what's up. This is an entrepreneur side of suit. Yeah. An entrepreneur side of you that I haven't seen before. That's what's up. I mean, I did with the stuff. Weren't you selling like?
I'm still doing the merchandise, the posters.
Are you? Okay, yeah. Cool. I didn't know.
I dipped out of the shirts for a minute.
I've been dying to get a sweater with the logo on it. We got a new logo printed out. It's freaking dope. And I want a sweater. I want some hats. I ordered over 30 hats from Temu. Yo, y'all don't judge me, all right? Y'all gonna buy them.
Yeah, I got your link.
You got my link? Oh, my Temu link. I was trying to get another free 15 hats. Yeah, that was today. Did you accept it?
No, not yet.
That's fucked up. You know what? What's this mobile car thing called? What's the name of the? You guys are gonna come up with a business, or you gonna start selling cars by yourselves first?
I'm gonna come up with a business.
You know what's crazy is that one time I wanted to do that. I got a whole bunch of slips. Mm-hmm. These papers that go on the window that say "as is, no warranty," mm-hmm. and then I got a whole bunch of those. You know those yellow key things that they put on the keys.
Yeah.
And then you could put the car year, model, and miles, and even the price. I got those too. I got a whole pack at home.
Yeah, I mean, this was something that, he...
Do you got a number for the Mustang yet?
Everything, what, price-wise?
Yeah, like what you thinking about selling it for?
Like $3,000.
3,000?
Yeah.
And you got a lot of do to it?
It's like mostly cosmetic work now that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And as well as the Saturn View.
Okay.
But pretty much the whole inside, new seats.
Is there new seats in the Mustang? Newer seats. You got it from the junkyard?
Yeah. Well, in the Saturn, yeah.
Oh, okay. Is the Mustang convertible or no?
No.
Oh, that would have been cool. Does it have a sunroof?
No.
No? It's black though.
Yeah, it's black.
It's automatic?
Yes.
It is? Is it V6 or V8?
V6.
You see, guys, I'm doing the math. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's good on
It's
gas.
nice.
You got a picture of it? Oh, we're going to see what it looks like. And we're going to drop it in the edit. So, guys, we don't edit this. This is straight off the dome. But we have to show you guys the pictures. This is dope. This is dope. Yo, cuz.
Wow.
Look, it's actually fucking dope.
That car looks sick.
Yeah.
For $3,000, not bad.
Let me see. And so it's all cosmetic stuff?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to talk after the show. I got somebody super interested in that. Maybe you don't need to do anything and you can make some money right off rip.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Yo, ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Yo, they're selling cars here locally, 239. Hit me up. I got a new number. Most of y'all don't have it. Ha.
But you was about to give it.
No. Hit me up on social. Hit me up on social media. I'm not gonna give it to y'all. I said I got a new number. Most of y'all don't have it. Ha.
You started with the 239.
Yeah, you did. You were like,
I did?
Yeah, you were like,
no, I did. I said hit them up. They're in the 239. I wasn't gonna give out the number, and we could play this back later, and I could prove both of y'all wrong. Y'all over here trying to say I'm wrong.
Both of
Yeah.
y'all.
I mean, I started out with the Dodge Caliber.
Okay.
Sold that one and then bought these two.
Nice. And the Dodge Caliber, did it need a lot?
It did, but we got it fixed.
You got to fix it. You put banana peel in it, close it up, and
we
you
fixed the shit.
fixed it.
To the point where I knew going there without him, because he's also a truck driver.
Yeah.
So he'd be on the road and I'd be like, hey, something's going on. Like, what am I doing? Sit on the side of the road fixing it.
Him or you?
Me?
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's crazy. What if you get hit by a truck, a dump truck? Take
Then
everybody
I can
out.
collect money.
Yo, speaking about dump trucks and getting hit and this and that, I don't know if you heard. Did you see that that Black Hawk helicopter hit that passenger plane?
I was hearing something about it on TikTok.
Oh, it's crazy. Yo, first off, like, to everybody involved, that is, first off, crazy. I don't know how something like that happens, but anyway, a helicopter and a plane collided. And it killed everybody except one person. I don't know how that happens. That's crazy. And then right before coming in here, me and my cousin are watching, what was it? Were we watching YouTube or Facebook Reels?
No, I was on Instagram and
Instagram?
And
are they called Reels on Instagram?
yeah,
right?
it was like a story. It was like a story, and they passed by and they were showing a private airplane crash in the middle of Philly City.
Oh, yeah. I see
And it killed like pedestrians walking
Literally
by.
explode in the middle of the road, and whoever was over there got.
Yeah, there was fuel everywhere. There's a lot of things happening, and we don't know when our time is. Like, somebody right now could take a car, miss that curve, and come straight in. It's all out.
You saw the drones.
Don't say that.
That's like Final Destination shit, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying it could happen.
Of it.
It could happen. Yo, my bad. I'm stuffing my face on camera, but
You saw the drones. So.
the drone.
The drones that you saw the other night.
So what you been up to? Are we all about me? What you been up to?
I've been up to the same thing, selling real estate, trying to sell real estate, slowing down. Y'all already know, hashtag real estate, look us up. 411 Lee Boulevard, we're right off of Lee Boulevard. I'm still doing the same thing. We're renting, selling, buying homes. So if anybody needs anything, we're here for you. Remember, hashtag real estate. We're pushing straight off the dome, like full on. Whether or not we got a guest, whether or not anybody shows up, whether or not I got a guest co-host, like, it doesn't matter. We still filming, period. We're going to keep doing it. We're still going to try to provide.
It's about time.
Yeah, I know. I've been on a
about
pause
time.
for a minute. And I disappeared for those 9 months because I was trying to do something that I probably shouldn't have done. But you don't ever truly know what would happen unless you experience things. So I took that leap and I tried to do something, and I probably, like, it was just probably the wrong timing because I wasn't healed. So I tried to fix my relationship. remember, this whole thing started because of my relationship. So it kind of like ended because of my relationship too. Trying to fix it. So it's just two people weren't healed, weren't ready, weren't even close to being ready that got back together and just created more mess because of the separation. So I wanted to actually talk about that because I was watching a video. This is cool. It ended up like this. So sorry, y'all, because I just put something in my mouth while I'm talking. So I was watching a video and it was about men and women and arguing, right? And it was saying that a woman like normal argument probably would be where I come in from the club at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was with my boys, right? And my girl starts bitching at me, right? Use the word bitching. Let me get that bell real quick. Enya, can you reach it?
What? I got short on.
So I forgot. We're gonna keep the bell right in the middle here because we can both reach it. Every time we curse, we ring that to be more aware of our curses. So boom, I done cursed like 3 times already. But anyway, back to the shit I was talking. We as men, we try not to get, in our feelings and we have to try to like listen, And so the woman was going off, oh, I know you out there cheating on me, da 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 da, and especially in this generation, like men are being raised by women, and it's more and more common that, there's not a man or male figure in the house. And so, we pick up those things like, having the tendency to be bitchy because we're being raised by women. But it isn't a man isn't supposed to be arguing with his significant other, It doesn't make it right that she's arguing or starting something with him, but we have to, and this is on both sides, we have to start thinking about the other person's feeling regardless of how we feel, because to them is their truth. You get what I'm saying? But as a man, if a woman starts screaming and we can't be emotionally intelligent enough to just shut up and actually listen and just really listen, whether they're right or wrong, just keep our mouth shut. And it's happened to me before. I've been in situations where I would bicker back and like, oh, but this and that. Blah, blah, blah. Now it sounds like we're having back and forth with 2 females. That's not masculine energy. And again, that's partly that has a lot to do with the trauma that I had with not having a father and having a mother raise me, a single mother raise me. So seeing how she acts, seeing how she uses her emotions,
It plays a lot.
It plays a real big role. But men, and this is for all the men out there, for when your woman is mad at you, right or wrong, take a chill pill. Don't take it so personal and just sit back a little bit, listen to her, air it all out. And after she's done, then we can go ahead and intelligently move on in the conversation and prove our point, whether...
I think, yes, that's true. Mm-hmm. But I think as human beings, guy and girl, we don't listen to listen.
Yeah. So we listen to react?
To react.
Yeah.
And I was like that. I'm trying my hardest to learn and to train myself to listen.
Yeah. Well, I think now that I'm older, I don't like conflict at all. So I think that now I'm learning to shut my mouth regardless if it's a man or a woman that I'm dealing with. It just makes things a lot easier.
Like, don't get me wrong, I don't like conflict either.
Yeah.
But I guess that, not that it's an excuse, but that Spanish
I could get why, like,
blood runs.
Well, I could picture like, for instance, if right? You and your man are in a relationship, and it's out of the normal for him to come home at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and he don't pick up, and he just comes home at 1 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, yo, what the F? Mm-hmm. I could understand that argument. Mm-hmm. I could understand the female being upset at, yo, you coming at this time, you didn't pick up the phone, what the hell, da 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 da. I mean, his phone could have been dead. Them car chargers, I'm telling you, after a couple months, them tips, if you don't move them the right way, your phone ain't gonna charge. I mean, he could have a valid excuse. Like, straight up. But I can see your argument being valid too.
But, and I also think that, yes, as a female, we are quick to judge and assume.
So are men. Don't get it twisted.
That he's out doing something wrong. But I think, too, I guess maybe depending on the relationship that you have, it is also a concern. Because, let's be honest, Southwest Florida.
Why you gotta mention Southwest Florida? Why can't you just...
This traffic has gotten so terrible.
So you're saying it's okay because he was late because of traffic?
No, but I'm saying because there's so many people.
Sorry, babe. 5 o'clock traffic got me. I didn't get home till 1.
No, but because there's so much traffic on the road, something could happen.
That nigga cheating on you if he just said that to you. I want to see where you're going, Matt. Where you going at with traffic?
Something could have happened. An accident. You see accidents everywhere. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So.
Yo, Florida, y'all gotta do better on this driving test, cause how these people got their license?
In my mind, yeah, I'm assuming that he probably out doing something, but then too, I'm also like, well, what if he's,
dead,
sitting on the corner, and like you said, he ain't got no phone, so how can he call 911 that he's hurt, or how can he let me know that he's hurt?
I feel you. So you just going into worry mode. So that's why I feel
overthinkers.
Well, I mean, a man would probably think the same thing. Let me tell you something. My woman comes home at 1 o'clock in the morning out of the norm. Like, unless I know she goes clubbing every Friday and Saturday, which if she is, why she's not with me is beyond me. But anyway, if my woman comes home at 1 o'clock in the morning, best believe this nigga right here is gonna be bitching at her saying, "Where the fuck were you? And why you didn't have your phone on?" You get what I'm saying?
That old song back in the day.
What old song?
Oh, I don't remember that song.
Well, how you mention something you don't remember?
Because
that's like saying
he was like the one that was saying that like she was out creeping with her homegirl.
What, R. Kelly song?
No, I don't even remember.
Who?
Next subject.
Ah, she gave us something. But anyway, where was I at? Yeah, I think honestly both sides should be emotionally intelligent enough to like, yo, just calm down. Take a breather and actually try to communicate. But men. And the reason I emphasize it on men is because I've been there. I've been in that spot where all I wanted to do was prove my point and go back and forth. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like, it truly isn't. Your point does not matter in their eyes. Right now, they see their only truth in their mind. It doesn't mean that they're right. But it does mean that, hey, let's take a chill pill. Something's going on. In her mind, it's her truth. So let's listen to listen and then communicate to communicate. And then prove your point. If you weren't out there doing something, don't get upset. And I know it's hard because if somebody tells me I did something that I said I didn't do, and they keep saying I did it, I get upset. Not because I did it, but because...
But are you the one that if you keep getting accused, that you're going to end up going out and doing it?
No, that's also BS too. I could see somebody that's always getting accused getting up and walking away from the relationship because it's not worth their time anymore. And that's okay, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much more respect on you walking away. You know what I mean? When it's time to. But
that's not me.
What?
I'm on fire.
You're on fire?
When I'm in I'm in anger mode.
But why be in anger mode?
I don't know.
But if you get taken so out of character, why even be in a situation where you get yourself like that?
Me. because that's something that I'm trying to work on.
I get angry too, but I can also, especially now, like I can control it so much better. Like once I'm about to get either angry or an emotion is gonna take over, so sadness, besides happiness, besides feeling good, every other emotion that I feel coming, I start questioning right before I react. I start questioning, is this worth it? Can I control it? If I can't control it, then why let it get me upset? Why let it get me emotional? Unless it's grief. If somebody dies, I'm not going to control that. You know what I mean? Now, I did experience grief without someone dying. Which, guys, if you've never experienced that, like, it's hell. It's crazy. And it was with my first real breakup. Like, I dated someone for over 15 years, and then we cut our ties and we went separate ways. And man, talk about emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
That is hard.
You're not just losing that relationship. You're losing that friendship. You're losing that the picture that you had in your head that this was the forever moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you ever tried something, right? Let's not bring up relationship right now, but let's say, have you ever tried to do a craft or ever tried to build something and build it wrong and feel so discouraged that you're like, oh, F this shit, I'm not going to do it anymore? You ever done something or worked on something that it didn't work out and you got upset about it?
Yeah.
Well, that's basically now bringing the relationship into it. Imagine investing so many years in building something and thinking that everything's straight or it's going to be forever, like you said. And then it says, psych, nope. Imagine the anger emotion or the sadness emotion or just your mental mind. You see, somebody probably crashed into a tree, that big ass bump, or our car. But that's what I'm saying. Like being so upset and let down that, and then if you got so many years in it, it's like, whoa, what did I invest all that and waste all that time on? You know? And I was watching another video and it was giving advice and it was basically saying like, what would you tell the person who's suffering after a breakup? What advice would you give them? Right? And the guy was like, well, I would just give them the advice to keep going, to keep in on their suffering and moving forward, because those that can deal with that and get to the other side are those that truly heal and are able to move on. Whether or not it's with the same person, you know, because right now with that person may not be the right time. Maybe going through all the hardship and going through all the lessons learned will get you one or the other to realize, oh, yo, this is what ended up needing to happen.
I mean, and I think too, depending on the situations at hand, sometimes you have to take it minute by minute.
By minute?
Or day by day.
Yeah.
And then there's some situations where, you know, you could instantly dead it, you know, because of how bad shit ended or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
You know, every situation and of course every relationship is going to be different and every breakup is going to be different. You know, and I think the best advice that you could also give is make sure that you have people in your corner. Yeah.
I think that's because you have, I mean, people in your corner is very weird. It's like, it's hard to come by, because if you're someone like me, I think you're pretty much okay as far as having people in the corner. Mm-hmm. You know a bunch of people. You know I have the gift for gab. I also don't care.
Not like a whole group of people, but your select few that you know.
Well, I'm just saying like someone who's
for moral support,
like extroverts. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like this is what I'm saying. Like for someone who talks to a lot of people and is very open with their life, I think they'll have an easier time at getting over things. Versus someone who is is on the opposite side of things on that scale, where they don't like talking to people. They keep their life private. They may be, I think that whenever you go through a breakup or whenever you're grieving someone who's alive, because it could be someone you love very much. Maybe it could be a brother or a sister that you guys had a big argument and you had a falling out. Like it could be sibling wars too, like, or even a parent with another parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could be a whole bunch of things. But anyway, grieving someone who is alive is something totally different. It's a different experience. When someone dies, you grieve them and the aspect of, oh my goodness, they died. I didn't know they were gonna die. In some cases you do know they're gonna die, but you understand that person was living and then that person died and now you can't see them anymore. And there's kind of a closure to that.
Yeah.
Because there's no one, like, there's nothing else. But when someone decides to bail on you and say, like, I don't want this anymore, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and they just cut you cold turkey, I mean, that's a grief that person's alive.
Yeah.
And you know that it's their choice to do that. So it's like, you're like, wow, it hits different. Grieving someone who's alive hits a whole lot different than someone who's passed away.
Now let me ask you this. Do you think you can find someone, in a sense, not to take the place of that person that you're grieving, but who is more better for you?
You think, you see, that's, I think that's a mistake. I think, can you find someone that you love later on and kind of build the same situation you had before with the other person, is what you're trying to say? Like basically like a replacement?
Not like a replacement.
Yeah.
But more,
can you move on and find someone else in the future?
Your better soulmate.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Like, I don't think that we should ever focus on, especially if you went through a breakup or going through a breakup right now, do not focus on finding someone else to replace them. Or to fill that void. Because right now, like, things may be weird, but again, you have to do some soul searching. You have to be okay with being by yourself. And you have to be okay with, especially if you were in a long-term relationship where you may not have had a lot of friends. Maybe you had a lot of associates and stuff like that. But try to stay strictly platonic with everybody for at least 3 to 4 months, 5 months. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Try to have, if you're gonna make friends, or if you're gonna have a girlfriend, or if you're gonna try to date right away, try not to get serious. I wouldn't recommend getting serious right away unless you're so emotionally intelligent that there could be a situation where somebody was way more immature in the relationship and it truly, like, there was things done to you by that other person, because every situation is different. But I really think you should stay away from relationships for a while, especially if you were in a long-term relationship, because you're remapping everything, right? Your whole brain function got comfortable into working in a, every day I come home, I know my other half is going to be there. And if they're not there, I know the routine of when they're going to be there. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? If you spend 10 to 15 to 20 years with someone, your whole brain, your whole world, everything just revolves around you two, your family, and how things operate. So imagine that just being snatched away one day after 15 years of doing it every day, right? Slow down, stop analyzing what has changed, and start changing things to your liking off rip. So get a hobby to fill some time. You got to block out any open spaces. This is my recommendation. Block out any open spaces so that you're not thinking so much. Your friends, your true friends, call them, hang out with them, be with them. Pick up another shift at work if you can. Like double down and start focusing on getting your money right, your mind right, and yourself right. Once you do that for a couple months. Let that be a rhythm. Now they say, a lot of people say 30 days, but realistically after 30 days, no, it's not a habit. It starts forming a habit, but a true habit isn't formed until after 2 months. Okay? So start forming a habit of being used to living by yourself before you start going into filling that void in, so that you make less mistakes. Right off rip, you're going to want to fill someone being there all the time. So you're going to make the mistake of moving way too quick in a relationship that shouldn't move way too quick. It should move 10 times slower than the relationship you had with your other person. Because now what we're learning is boundaries, what we like, what we don't like, especially those people in longer relationships that started in the younger years. You don't know what the fuck a boundary was until now.
Yeah, 'cause
Like,
you guys have been so long.
yeah, like she could have been saying something to you for years. Yo, I don't like this. And you keep doing it. But guess what? You did it the whole time. So to you, it was like, why would I change it? Like, there's deal breakers. Like, ladies and gentlemen, there's deal breakers. If you're in a relationship right now and there is something that bothers you and you know down deep to your core that you can't live moving forward with it, end the relationship right now. Why the hell put anybody else through any more abuse? Like people need to be emotionally intelligent enough to know what they want, what will they accept, what they don't accept, and cut it out now before it's too late. Because you don't want to waste 15, 20 years and do damage to you, yourself, the kid, everybody. Like, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. And for those of you that sign up for forever, understand that, hey, we're in this no matter what. And there's going to be days that you're not happy with that other person. There's going to be days where that other person makes you upset. And that doesn't mean you can't be upset at that person. Yes, you can. It doesn't mean that you can't have your time apart. Maybe you do need a weekend away from them. Hey, then go get that weekend away from them. But when you sign up to someone and you say, hey, look, this is till death do us part, stay true to your word. If not, don't even...
You know, I've once seen a video, I don't know on what social media platform.
Yeah.
But it was the lady explaining, we all talk about wanting a 50-50 relationship. But she's explaining that sometimes yourself or your partner doesn't have that full 50 to give. So are you willing to take on, you know, the 60, 70, 80% because your partner is lacking that additional for that moment?
Yeah, and it's for that moment. Yeah.
To continue on. Because maybe they had a bad day, something happened, whatever the case is. No relationship is going to be 50-50 emotional wise.
Or in any aspect.
Or financial wise.
In any aspect. Or, I mean, emotionally, physically, mentally, which is emotionally, financially. You know, there's things that happen. I could be great for 20 years, and then all of a sudden my finances take a hit. Mm-hmm. Like, does that mean you're going to ride out? Like, the woman that's on the other side, that means you're going to ride out? Or you're going to show me how much you love me, and you're going to put in this work, and you're going to cover my slack until I'm back on my feet? You know? And, you know, unfortunately, we are greedy human beings. And most separations are caused by finance issues. You know what I mean? So it sucks because, you know, as a man, I don't know, I don't speak for all men, but I know as far as me, I like to provide. You get what I'm saying? If I could pay all the bills, that doesn't mean that you're not working or doing anything for yourself. Like, but if I can handle all the bills, I'm handling all the bills. You feel me? Like, I'm paying for everything. You, even if you're making your own money, like, I'm not going to ask you for anything. If I can cover the bills and still maintain a life where I enjoy my life, my money that I have and everything, well, I wouldn't ask you to pay anything.
Can I chime in, though?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought, hopefully, maybe this might screw it up for future future girls for you. But have you ever thought that if you did that and you're covering everything, she gets too comfortable. Mm-hmm. If something was to then happen to you, what's going to happen to your household? Because she is so used to you financially taking care of stuff to the point where is she going to refuse to work?
Well, that's the thing. That's where you can't let that happen.
But you're gonna let it happen because you're allowing her to not mooch off of you, but not worry about it.
Now look,
Be
this
like,
is
hey,
wait, real
I'll
quick.
cover the rent.
Real quick, this is. I like that you brought this. I like this. I like that you brought this up. I like that you brought this up a lot, like because it is a situation where, ladies, the only one that's getting put in a hole, and men, you are too if you ever hit financial issues. But ladies, if you are ever in a situation where you can't support yourself because you were relying on a guy to hold your household down by himself, like, yo, this is a situation that could become very, very bad for you guys. Like, I don't think anybody should be at home doing nothing. Anybody.
And it's not
like
even that.
it could be the fact that she's at home watching the kids and being a stay-at-home mom. That's great and all. That's great and all. But men, like you said, it's not only on the man's part. Like, me wanting to pay the bills shouldn't be an issue. I should be able to pay the bills and be okay. And my other half should either be financially stable enough to say, hey, this is where we're putting the money to make sure things don't go bad when they do go bad, or to be building her own nest egg from her own income that she's making, because she is supposed to cover my slack, God forbid something hits. You get what I'm saying? I get what you're saying by getting someone comfortable in paying all the bills and handling it.
Not saying that I'm going to do this because I'm far from that. I grew up in a single mom household.
And like I said, most of us did and are going to in the future. There's more single kids. There's more kids now living in a single family household than there ever was.
But
especially in the minority.
Some women could be vindictive enough. While you're sitting there paying the bills, just like you said, you need to make sure that she's saving money to take care of herself. In order to take care of herself when something happens, you're going to kick yourself in the ass because you're paying all the bills and she's back there stacking that money. Something happens to you, guess what? That's her safety net. Bye-bye. And what'd you do? You spent 2, 3, 4, 5 years taking care of someone, paying the whole thing, and letting her stack that money to leave you as soon as you fall to the ground.
Yeah.
Nah.
Jose, how's the audio? The audio's good?
Audio's good.
Okay, good.
Be someone and let her pay something. Whether it's the cable bill. I mean, I know we're in streaming and everything and subscriptions. Pay that subscription fee.
Well,
honey.
shit. If you got 18 subscriptions,
pay the light bill. Pay the
it's
light
expensive.
bill. Pay the cable bill.
Yeah.
Contribute to that household that you serve it or that you live in.
But don't get it twisted either. Like, don't let it just be about money either, though. All right, because there are some stay-at-home moms that do handle healthcare. I mean, childcare. If you think about it, how much would a daycare cost for the average parent that has 2 kids, right? Making an income, a median income of about $73,000 to $80,000 a household, right? How much would childcare cost? Probably about $400 a week per child. So that's $800. What's 800 times 4? Right? We're talking $3,200 a month. Right? For childcare. So those women that do stay home with the kids, I'm not saying they're not doing anything either. I don't want to devaluate what they're doing, because the stay-at-home mom.
Nobody was talking about stay
No,
at home mom.
I understand, but I'm saying like whether or not you stay at home and whether or not you make money is not the point here. The point is, and we had shout out to Anastasia Frankakis. She's a life coach that specializes in relationship, and she was on the first show, the pilot episode. Mm-hmm. We have to be intelligent enough to play our role, whatever that is. Mm-hmm. Even though they're not making income, we could have a date night that's about date night, having fun, just connection. Mm-hmm. And we could have another date night that means we're sitting at home with books open, going over our finances, where we're putting our money for emergency, nest egg, where we're doing. Like, these are all things that we can do to contribute. Just because you're a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean you're not contributing anything. You're contributing really a lot. The problem is how you use that time and how you work together with your other half to make that money go either further. Saving money is another way of making money, right? And making money is another way of making money. And if the children stay home with mom, realistically, we're saving money, and they get better treatment. You know what I mean? They get that one-on-one with mom. They get more love. They get to be more emotionally intelligent. They get to avoid habits that you don't want them to learn. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that come to that where they could be so much more advantageous by staying at home. However, just because a woman does not bring money to the table doesn't mean
make
that
her
she's
not valued.
Exactly. But I know where you're getting at. In a society that we are in, where most people are just for themselves, I can see a woman riding the hell out when the man has his fall.
Yeah.
For another man who has...
And then the women who are the ones who would pick up the slack, we get all the rude talking, the everything thrown our way too, because we all just group together. I see it every day though. People posting about child support, people posting about this, about that, and every woman gets grouped. Why? Because someone screwed up that cycle, and now every woman is that same. Not every woman is the same.
Yeah. No, I know, but it's just like women and men need to be smarter. Like, that's the problem with dating to date. You get what I'm saying?
I want to date to marry.
Well, that date to marry is to be purposeful in dating, right? So you set your standard and you don't deviate from that standard, even if it takes you a lifetime to find the right person. Finding the right person at the right time is going to be the perfect timing. And it's not going to be you that controls that, You control how it happens once it does happen, but meeting them is going to be godsend. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's going to be something that was put there for you on purpose, and it's
in a moment where you needed it.
Yeah. Well, or you might let the right person pass you by to choose the wrong person. True. You know what I mean? Guys, really, really start being more purposeful and asking yourselves, what do I want out of a partner? And stop the physical attraction stuff. I mean, it's good to be physically attracted. It is. Don't get me twisted. I think it's a major importance to me, but on a scale of a 1 to 100, how important would it be? I think it'd be under 40%, 30% for me. I think it's high on the scale for me. Because I want a Latina, and I want her to be short, like 4'11" short. Like, those are two things that I don't think I could give in on. and they're both appearance things, which sounds super superficial. So I'm sorry, but I'm just saying,
What's
like,
your preference, though?
it is my preference, and I'm gonna keep my standard high because there's a whole bunch of emotional intelligence side of things that I want to be in that woman, and I also want her to be smart enough and intelligent enough to be able to communicate when communication is needed.
Yeah, and
Because I'm not gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
No one
and I
is.
think too is a lesson that I've learned through this whole year is to allow myself to be less dominant.
I don't.
And to let someone take control.
Yeah. Well, you got that's another thing as women in today's society. I think women are forced to have that masculine role, but you have
makes it hard.
What women need to understand, especially the women that have been doing the masculine role for so long, and it could be a woman who was not masculine at all. It could be a woman who was in a full-blown marriage where the husband ends up cheating on her and walking out of there and leaving her alone. Now it forces her to get this masculine energy, be rude to people because she noticed being nice didn't work when she was with her husband, and turn this woman inside out into the monster that she became now. So for the next guy to come in and she have to take that masculinity away because that's how she survived the whole time.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's
It's
hard.
hard. But ladies, you have to
hard.
understand that men love to serve and provide. So think about a man coming to your life and you being like, nah, I got it. Like, you're taking away our masculinity and you're pushing someone that could be the right person away because you're in to this masculinity role. And it's because you had to be. Mm-hmm. Understand that there will be a time, ladies, that the right person does come into your life and that person will have that masculine energy that he needs to put in your life to feel fulfilled for himself. So allow him to do it.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that I'm slowly getting is like letting go of the reins, calming it down, or because
The what? Letting go of the what?
the reins, the harness, and just letting it go. Because I fought, not like physical fighting, but alpha to alpha type stuff where I didn't want to be the beta.
Well, I would walk away. I'd walk away and be like, look, alpha, like, you want to be the alpha? All right, cool.
So
And
it's
you
like-
win, I'm out, and I'll get in the car and I'll dip.
I'm learning to kind of loosen that up.
Yeah.
And step back and be a student and let the man teach.
Yeah. I get it. Let the man play his role. I get it. You got to be careful too, though. You got to be careful too in how you allow some men to do it too. Because, there's a good side and a bad side to everyone. You know what I mean? And we have to be...
don't get me wrong. My mouth is still my mouth, but it's like I know my triggers.
Yeah.
Now I can see my triggers.
Yeah.
And I can see when to push and when not to push.
Yeah.
Pick my battles. There you go.
Yeah.
I know when to pick my battles.
Yeah, I again, I'm okay with losing a battle or walking away for a battle. I'm okay with knowing, look, there's a whole war out there, and a battle is just a battle. I'm emotionally intelligent enough now to be like, look, this conversation isn't going anywhere. It's not going to help you or me. So I'm going to see my way out of it. If you want to continue, you're more than welcome to continue it alone. But right now, it's not the time for us to continue this. We're way too emotional.
And I think too, it's
I think that to sum everything up tonight, I think listening to listen, so keeping our mouth shut on both sides, both men and women, is very important. I think validating each other's feelings, both men and women. no matter what's going on in your mind, understand that in their mind, they have their own truth.
And I think, too, validating the person and
Yeah.
what they've done and what they're doing.
Yes,
Appreciation.
yes, but that's
Showing
hard
your
to do.
appreciation more.
That's
for
hard
that
to do
person.
right on that spot. That's hard to do right in that spot, especially a spot of anger. But I get what you're saying. Validating everything, like showing appreciation, is very important.
No matter what.
Very, very important. But yeah, like validating each other's feelings is very important as well. And then the last thing is truly communicating what you guys are expecting, right? And understanding that what you expect may not be the outcome. And that's when you need to ask yourself, is my expectation and me not getting what I expect out of what I want a deal breaker or not? I think people need to start analyzing that. Because, again, a friend of mine told me one time, what you're going through is not what's upsetting you. What your expectations are and you not meeting it is what's upsetting you.
The storyline that was already in your head.
Yes. And you have to be okay with not being okay if things don't go the way you expect them or things don't go the way you want them to go. You have to be okay with that. And if you are not, then those are called deal breakers. Those are called boundaries that you are not willing to give up on. And those boundaries are very important. Those are called deal breakers, right? Yeah. So whenever you have a situation where you're in a deal breaker situation, this is exactly why I say do not get serious with anybody until you're ready to be serious with somebody. Because you can, at that point is when you can analyze what you really want and what you don't want and what you're willing to accept and what you're really not to accept. So that the moment you're with somebody, dating somebody, truly dating somebody with purpose, and they do something that you don't like, you can make the decision right then and there without wasting any more time. Is this a deal breaker for me? Yes or no? If it is, I am out, and I'm out now, not 10 years down the line. Now, because I told you something I didn't like, I told you it was unacceptable, something I will not tolerate, and you did it anyway. I am not tolerating it. This is me showing you that I'm serious about it. It is over now. Both parties can respect that. Both parties can respect that. Even the one doing the thing that they weren't supposed to do can respect that because he was told through pure communication, understanding communication. He validated the other person and saying, yes, I understand that is something you will not tolerate. Yet they do it. We have to be okay with walking away. And those of you that have been through a relationship breakup where you think it's a good idea to chase the person that's deciding to leave, fuck that. Save yourself a lot of time and headache.
That's me, though.
What?
I love hard.
It's hard. But you have to not chase.
I love hard.
What are you going to do? That's all right. So
my whole
you know
world
that chasing someone that doesn't want to be with you is ultimate manipulation. Do you know that? You're wanting that person to do something they don't want to do. That is manipulation at its finest. Do not chase them. Look, you got to do better, right? If there was something that person told you that got them to the point that they wanted to leave you, fix that. Start working on that thing that made them think you're not the one for them, right? Start working on your emotional intelligence, right? Start working on, hey, whether or not this works out, I need to move on and get better for myself and for my future partner, or for me to get back into this relationship and move forward. Mm-hmm. Don't think about the relationship that you just got out of and wanting to save it. It is the biggest mistake because you're going to create more pain along the way, and you're going to see how things play out that way. Mm-hmm. Versus you taking a chill pill, you saying okay to that person that doesn't want to be in the relationship anymore, you're respecting them. So now this other person's like, wow, whenever this guy or this girl, maybe they think they weren't never respected or truly like looked at. Now you just validated them not wanting to be with you. Now they're thinking, holy crap, he just let me go like it was nothing. Now they're thinking, yo, what the heck? He's not even calling. He's not even this. It's not. You're giving the opportunity. You're giving them the opportunity to miss you, right? Without them, because if you're calling them all the time, now they're like, oh my God, this guy's a pestering piece of crap. He keeps calling. Da, 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 da. Like, and on vice versa on the girl, oh my gosh, she's so clingy. Like, I can't do with this no more. Like, this is exactly why I wanted that. You remind them of everything they were complaining about. Walk away, be smarter, okay? Be smarter, and trust me, those of you that think those people left you because they don't want to be with you, you'll see how quick they'll start chasing you. And then by the time they start coming back, you'll be emotionally intelligent enough to see, okay, is this something I even want in my life? Maybe this was a blessing for this person to walk out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to know until you're truly healed, until you truly know what you want. Because maybe you wanting them is not what you truly want. Maybe that whole time, subconsciously, the relationship didn't work out because you didn't want to be with them.
True.
Like, there's a lot of shit that comes into play. Do not chase what doesn't want to be chased. It will not work out. Trust me, you'll have a better outcome doing it the way I'm telling you. And of course, you guys are going to go through your breakups. You guys are going to go do what you want to do anyway. You're not going to take the advice of anyone. And then you're going to learn, become wise, and open up a podcast about relationships and start talking shit.
I
Like,
did
straight
this.
off the dome podcast. Here we are. But you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
love is hard. Love is not easy. Love is pain. Love is ups and downs. Love is not rainbows and butterflies 24/7. It's not. When you sign up for commitment, you sign up to do better for that other person forever. And they should sign up for the same thing. Living in true harmony, whether there's ups and downs and arguments, is the ultimate goal. Find someone who is your other half. And the only way to do that is to find out who you are, what your values are, what you accept and what you don't accept, and finding that person and putting them in there. If you settle for less, you would get exactly what it is, less than what you deserve. So start setting your boundaries, start knowing what you want, what you don't want, and start settling for nothing more than what you deserve. Because if you do that, the right person will come into your life. And when they do, you'll have a truly rewarding relationship. Whether you have the ups and downs, you know that other person has your back no matter what.
That's very true.
So that's why I always say good luck to the person after my ex, because my standards are this high. I know exactly what I want now. I'm trying to still continue to heal. I'm trying to still get emotionally more competent in knowing what I want for myself and for my girls, my kids. And shooting for the stars, man, because that's what I deserve. I'm a good ass man and I deserve the best. And I'm not settling for more. So ladies, if you want to shout at me, my new number is... Nah, let me stop. I'm not going to give my new number out. Y'all don't have it.
Is the camera on my face?
The camera on her face.
Camera right now is in face of everybody.
Well, put it in her face. And I hope you were switching cameras because we were going back and forth a lot. Hope you didn't leave it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't talk to me. Who wants to be a podcast on my show? Who wants to be a podcast co-host?
No, who wants to be a topic of conversation?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Straight Off the Dome podcast for you tonight. I hope you had a good time with me and Enya. Enya, it was cool kicking it with you.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. February 2023 we started this thing, right? So it is February... It is February 1st, basically, 2025. 2 years later. So I'm glad you're on the show today. I'm glad you came and kicked it with us. Cuzzo in the back. Cuzzo, say what's up to everybody.
I said, what's up?
Yeah, I know, but say what's up again.
I did say
You
it.
said what's up again.
I said it like 4 times already.
Enya, you want to hit them with your social media?
Enya Phoenix on all social media platforms. Go ahead and follow Deontay's Mobile Auto Services as well for all your car needs. He does pretty much everything within reason.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's how you guys think it? Why you got back quiet? So that's her, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, hey,
Hit her
Take
up.
over
She
the
says
world.
she's buying cars. She's selling cars. You said Deontay's a mechanic?
Yes, he is.
Did I say it right, Dante?
Deontay.
Deontay? All right. Does he have a Facebook page?
He does.
What's it called?
Deontay's Mobile Auto Services.
Deontay Mobile
Mobile
Auto Services. That's a little hard.
DMAs.
DMAs.
Yeah. Shorten it.
DMAs.
Yeah.
DMAs. DMAs. Hit them up.
Like BMAs, you know?
Can we offer like a 5% off all deals now? Like if they mention the podcast
5% off of what?
of whatever he decides he's doing for them.
Yeah, we can.
It's
I'll
a
work
little.
something up.
Yo, 5%. That's what we're gonna do. Mention Straight Off the Dome podcast when you reach out to DMAs, Deontay's Mobile Services or Mobile Automatic Services. I don't know, something like that. He works
We'll
on cars.
post it below.
He got a screw. We are gonna leave it in the subject line. Hit him up, 5% off. Yo, let me tell you, if you go to hashtag real estate to buy, rent, or sell a home, we'll go ahead and offer that same 5% back of the commission towards your closing cost, buyer or seller side. On the rental side, we don't get paid much, so you just rent and support us. Yes, but Straight Off the Dome got you guys. Hashtag real estate got you guys. Sorry.
I mean, straight off the dome, too.
We have you guys on. You wanted to come on the show and spreading out. Maybe if you're an entrepreneur and you have a business and you want to come and support us, we are looking for sponsors. So hit us up. I'm sorry, I think I'm getting sicker by the second.
Can we wrap it up?
I'm gonna give Enya a hug at the end of this.
We're not.
But you guys already know where you can find me. Straight Off the Dome podcast on all social media platforms. Jay Luberis on all social media platforms. And Jonathan Luberis on all social media platforms. That's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Love.